Yeah, the watch party here at Ellen Road, where Leeds United are a goal down to Aston Villa after that early goal in the first half. There you can see 1-0. 3 shots on target to Leeds is 2 for Aston Villa. All the way round for the shots off target as well. A few corners apiece, no cards yet. And in terms of possession, Leeds doing what they normally do in most games. Most of the possession, 66%, but at the moment, a goal down here at Ellen Road. Keep your comments coming in. We want to know what you thought of the first half. We want to know your full-time predictions. Are you still sticking with what you said at the start? I know a few people went with 2-1s. That's pretty much still on the card, so it could be that this evening as well. But keep your comments coming in and let us know what you are thinking about today. And thanks for joining us. Let us know if you do comment, by the way, whereabout you are watching, so we can give you a good old mention as well. I think we can go to Dom Matteo, who is joining us for half-time. Dom,
hello, can you hear me?
Let me come to you. Can you hear us?
Trying to get hold of me then.
Can you hear me all right, Dom?
No.
Dom, can you hear me? Shushing someone in the background. Not sure whether he can hear us just at the moment. We'll try him again. See, no, he might just change something in his ears a little bit for a moment. So yeah, 1-0 to Aston Villa. Just now, first goal they've scored against us this season, of course, El Ghazi with a goal. And looking like the danger man for Aston Villa as well. Leeds United with a few opportunities. Tyler Roberts, a couple in particular, but no goals just yet for the Whites. I believe Eddie's with us, Eddie Gray, who joins us as well, has been watching that first half. Eddie, let me come to you. You said it might be by the odd goal. I think Aston Villa were just getting that goal in early so that we can score our 2 in the second half for you, Eddie.
Yeah, that was disappointing for us, them scoring when they did. It's a tough game. I mean, they're playing it quite well. They're working hard. They're making it difficult for us to get the ball down and play that we like to play. I just think the movement for us could be a little bit sharper tonight. We're giving a lot of balls away. But the longer the half went on, the more we seem to settle down a little bit and get into the game. But you've got to give them a bit of credit as well. They're working hard. The midfield players are working hard for them. And the front boys, there's good movement for the front players as well. So we've got to be on our toes in the second half if we want to get back into the game. I mean, they'll be obviously delighted getting in at the break 1-up. They know it was going to be a tough game, but they've set their stall out and they're making it hard for us.
Yeah, Eddie, I mean, one of the things we mentioned at the start of the game, and everyone mentioned it, Tony, Dom, yourself as well, the importance of trying to get off to a good start here at Ellen Road, trying to get the first goal, but not be one down and so quickly as well. It was a pretty decent finish, wasn't it?
Well, it was a poor goal for our point of view. I mean, you know, we went to sleep a little bit at the back post when the ball got knocked into the box. They finished it well, but from our point of view, defensively, it wasn't a good goal when you actually analyse it. I think we got caught watching the ball a little bit. The ball went over the top, and basically it was on his own. I don't know whether we thought he was in an offside position. Obviously, it wasn't, but that was disappointing for us, and as you say, so early in the game. And it gives them something then to hold on to. That's the thing about football. If you're a away side, you know, and you score an early goal like that, it just gives you a spurt. You know, everybody works that little bit harder to close you down and make it difficult for you. But, you know, they're playing, the 4 and the 3 in the middle of the park and the 3 boys up front. And the boys up front have got good movement. You know, they make it difficult for you and they're trying to get in behind us. So even although, you know, we're going to push on and try and, you know, get back in the game, get equalised, you're still got to be careful at the back because they look more than capable tonight. They're hurting us as well.
Yeah, and Eddie, in terms of Leeds, though, you know, still trying to press forward even though they concede. One thing about Leeds this season in particular, and under Marcelo Bielsa, conceding a goal doesn't deter them. It doesn't change their style of play. They still continue to do what they do and what they've been successful at doing this season. I guess we'll just see more of that in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think it makes any difference who we play against or what, you know, team we're playing against or, you know, the system they play. We stick to our, you know, our policy, you know, trying to get in behind people, getting bodies forward. There's been a couple of occasions when the final balls just let us down, just overran a couple of balls near the dead ball line. But we'll keep playing the way we like to play. And hopefully it'll be good enough to get us back in the game. And if we just a little bit more careful in the last third with a final ball, into people's feet, balls across the box, then we can get back in the game.
Certainly with Rafinha as well on the left there, turning a couple of players inside out a few times. He looks again, as he has done in recent games, like the man who maybe could, unlock the door, could be the key to getting Leeds that goal that gets them back in the game, Eddie.
Oh, he's got great talent. I mean, he can run at people, he can take defenders out of the game. He got great touch in the ball. You've got to try and keep him in the game. There's a few times he was breaking for the halfway line and running at them very quickly. And he looks as if he's capable every time he picks the ball up of creating chances or creating something for himself. So he's always going to be a threat to Aston Villa, and it's a big plus for us when he gets that ball.
Eddie, Jack was asking one of the questions, and please keep these coming in. Any particular memories for you against playing Aston Villa, two very famous, clubs and famous traditional teams over in the top flight of the league over here? Any memories that stick out for you, Eddie?
You have some great memories when you go to a place like, at Villa Park. It's a great stadium to play football. It's one of the traditional stadiums. I used to always like going there. I remember one night we went there and I played the sweeper. This was when I was coming to the end of my career. And Peter Barnes was playing for us that night. Peter had a tremendous game. And we beat them 4-1 at Villa Park. It was a bit similar to the game that we played there earlier in the season. We dominated the game. But you got a lot of, we had a lot of top class games against Villa. Villa were a top side, and they're a bit like us just now. They're finding their feet back in the Premier League, and they'll be looking to push on as well. It's great to see traditional clubs like Villa in the Premier League. They'll probably be thinking, it's great to see Leeds United back in the Premier League after a long absence. So yeah, you get some great memories of games there.
And in terms of memories, Eddie, 3-0 against Southampton earlier in the week. It wasn't quite the 7-0 that you and the Revy team managed to put past them in 1972. But when we think about memories, that game really sort of typified your era, Eddie, and your sort of twinkly toes there. We talk about Rafinha turning players inside out, something like you were kind of fond of doing as well.
Yeah, but I played with some of the greatest players that have played the game, and it makes it a little bit easier when you're playing on a side like that. Dom will tell you, if you're playing with players all around you. I mean, when I played, we had like 14 international players on the staff at the one time. So that was a big help. I remember that game against Southampton. Funny enough, we probably played better, a few weeks earlier when we played Manchester United and we beat them 5 here. But the Southampton game, that was a type of game that, we played very well. The score could have been double figures that day. And they are good memories. The Southampton game that we played the other night, I thought that was an exciting game. I thought they started the game very well. I think the game the other night against Southampton could have went either way. And we stepped the pace up in the second half and deservedly ran out winners at the end of the game. But it was a tough game for us. It's the same with the game tonight. We could still win this game. I said before the game I'd settle from winning the game, get the 3 points, and winning the game by the odd goal was my forecast, and I've still got to stick to that.
Absolutely. We know in the last couple of games, I'm thinking against Southampton, I'm thinking against Arsenal as well, where things have been difficult in the first half. Marcelo Bielsa has been able to get them in at half-time, work out what the problem's been, fix it, and go on for much better second-half performances, especially that Southampton game, but also against Arsenal, where they ended up winning that second half effectively 2-1, although the game had sort of gone by then. Do you expect Marcelo Bielsa to kind of switch things up possibly for the second half? Would you expect to see some changes? One of the comments coming in maybe thinking Harrison for Costa who'd come in for that swap?
Yeah, I think he could make a change. I don't think he would do it right away. He might do it. Sometimes, like Stuart Dallas can be a great asset for us when he steps into that midfield area, because he always seems to pop up in the box, and people were talking about his goal they scored the other night. I thought it was a great finish, the goal. People say it was a toe poke. I think it's sort of a hit it with the outside his boot, the top end of his boot, trying to get it away for the goalkeeper. When you actually look at the flight of the ball when he get in the box, and Stuart's done that quite a lot recently. And he may think about moving Stuart Dallas into that midfield area, just to try and get on the end of things, because he's been very, very good at that this season.
Yeah, certainly saw Johnny Alioski warming up there just a moment ago. Ross Barkley warming up for Aston Villa as well. Let's just bring Dom back in. I think he's fixed his sound. Dom, can you hear us, mate?
I can hear you, mate. Yeah, sorry about that. Technical issues.
Was it a technical issue, Dom, or did you do that on purpose so you can nip off and make a half-time cup of tea? Just be honest with us.
Well, if anyone knows me in a minute, I don't drink tea.
Okay, fine.
I'm a bit more healthy than that.
All right, Dom.
I've got to say it's nice seeing Dom looking so well.
Thank you, and you, mate. Thank you.
Dom, let me just ask you about the first half, which we've covered a bit now, but, you know, when you go down a goal early on, Dom, you said before the game, let's get a good start to this game, and then, you know, you can't quite predict what's going to happen. Leeds go 1 down after about 5 minutes, and it becomes an uphill battle, doesn't it?
Yeah, we just got a little bit caught ball watching. You know, sometimes that's what we do because we're all rushing out. Sometimes you've got to have a little bit of balance about your play. And you've got to defend them good areas and have a look around you. No one look, everyone's ball watching. The ball gets whipped over. El Ghazi's first to it. He's the one who reacts and he gets his rewards. That's what we've got to get better at. Usually we're very good at that kind of stuff, but they were better. They were getting first to the balls more than what Leeds were in the first part of that game, first part of that match. And I think that's things we need to improve upon because when I look at the game overall, Leeds did all right. There's no two ways about it. They had opportunities. Maybe the final pass, we didn't get that quite right in the first half. We need to be better at that. When you get into them good areas, people have to pick the balls out. Eddie knows that better than anyone. Play wide. When you get into them areas, give people an opportunity. Don't always just ping it. I think sometimes stand a few balls up as well because that's harder to defend. And I think Bamford would like that. If you just stand a few more up rather than just whipping him with pace all the time. They're easy to defend them. If you stand them up, I tell you what, it's much more of a contest then. And I think with Bamford, the form's easy. I'll be standing there for all day long for him.
I think Dom's right there when he's saying. I think Dom's right there when he's saying about the concentration level. I mean, the one thing we always show when we play, you know, this particular team under Marcelo Bielsa, is the courage to play and the confidence in the way they play and the confidence in their ability. But that concentration level, as Dom was saying, he's right. We just got caught watching the ball. We didn't expect the ball to get into the area where it did. And, you know, when you're a defender in these situations, you know, the concentration level's got to be there. Not just for 10 minutes, for 90 minutes or 90 plus minutes. And Dom knows that when, you know, he's playing at the back, either when he plays central defender or when he played at fullback.
Okay, well, thank you both for your thoughts. This half-time, Leeds have got all the work to do in this second half at Ellen Road. A goal down at the moment. Looks like the same 11 who started the game will be taking the field for the second half. What are you thinking? What are your score predictions? Get them in the comments. We'll be back at full time here on the Watch Party for analysis and hopefully analysis of a Leeds United turnaround in the second half here at Ellen Road. We'll see you at full time.